Good evening, Speed Gaming, and welcome to a Super Metroid Rando League Season 4 quarterfinal match between the A Team and Catgirls. This is game one of a best of five series, and this is also the first game of a doubleheader, with game two immediately preceding this one. Representing the A Team is Apathy Duck, and playing for Catgirls is a Real Cutie. This is a Power Suit matchup, so our settings are Chozo Randomization and Boss Shuffle. I'm Craze Gamer on commentary, and joining me in the booth is Zeb316. Zeb, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Looking forward to this match. I know Cutie's actually been putting in a lot of work with Chozo. I'm not sure about Duck, but Duck is a very solid runner as well, so I think this should be a good one.
Indeed, they are both very skilled, and I think we're gonna be in for a really good matchup this time around. And both of these runners have had a really good regular season and a very good first round of the playoffs as well. So this is gonna be good.
Yeah, for sure. So with Chozo, basically the way that Chozo randomization works, with this being Chozo Boss Shuffle Randomizer, basically the only things that are considered in logic are things found on Chozo statues, or things considered Chozos. So basically, everything that would be on a Chozo statue, or all the boss rewards, so the few exceptions are behind Kraid at Varia, right side super at Wreck Ship, and then behind Ridley. But everything else that's a major is on a Chozo statue. And the logic only ever considers those things when deciding whether you're able to do things. So that can really give these runners a lot of information. And we'll see if we can deduce some stuff as we go along.
Indeed, and like the things to mention about Chozo is that the majors are on Chozos, and also you'll have a very limited amount of ammo packs that'll be on the Chozo statues as well. I
Yep,
believe it's two missiles, two supers, a power bomb, three E tanks, and a reserve tank.
yep, that's right. And we see Screw Attack, so that actually gives us a lot of information really early. So with Screw Attack, the only item that the runners can get to on a Chozo statue now is Gauntlet. So Gauntlet is the next logical progression, and the only thing that could be a Gauntlet right now, because the only thing that lets them progress from there, is either missiles, supers, bombs, or power bombs. So one of those has to be a Gauntlet.
So our runners are absolutely going to look for the out of logic ammo things, hoping just to not have to worry about that. But knowing that the progression has to be one of those items and not something else is always good knowledge to have.
Mm. Also interesting to note, Apathy Duck actually skipped that missile. That could just be I don't want to go for the D boost after messing it up once. It could also tell us that Apathy Duck feels like charge is required in Chozo. I know that there are some runners who feel like charge is hard required, and there are other runners who mostly go for ammo in Chozo. So I think that might tell us a little bit about the way that Apathy Duck prefers to play these seeds.
It could also be he's respecting Real Cutie because you don't want to give up any amount of seconds against a runner of Cutie's caliber.
Yeah. Anyway, getting that E-Tank there, out of logic E-Tank, so it won't be considered for, hell runs or whatnot, but it's still good to have. It's really good to have those E-Tanks, because you end up not getting a lot of E-Tanks sometimes in Chozo seeds.
And also, if our runners do decide to go for the gauntlet play, having the one E tank as an insurance is good.
Mm-hmm. Which I would actually not advise going for the gauntlet play here. Just because you know that it has to be one of those four items that I said earlier. Because we had Screw Attack on the Chozo statue early. I would say that you want to go to 230 though, because 230 could be anything other than a suit.
Well, interesting. We did get bombs on Bomb Trizo, fittingly enough. So
Mm-hmm.
does that play into the logic at all, or does that
Yeah,
change?
that makes me feel like it's very likely either missiles or supers at Gauntlet, so that you can get to this. That's just how I feel. I think that that's the most likely case now.
Yeah, like if you can deduce that the Chozo Statuette Gauntlet is just ammo, that's a very easy skip,
Mhm.
unless it happens to be the first supers and other supers don't show up.
Yeah, or the first power bomb, like same way, but like which it could be right now. I think that 230 might tell us even a little more, potentially. It won't like completely tell us everything. Although if it's the first power bombs, then it will tell us that Gauntlet is supers or missiles. But it's just grapple, so we don't really get much information from that. We will know once we see charge. So charge will kind of tell us because so if power bombs are a gauntlet, there are only two more locations that are available after that. There's 230, which had grapple, which doesn't do anything, and then there's charge beam. So if charge beam has like supers or missiles, then maybe power bombs were a gauntlet. But if it's got like something like a suit, then we know that it'll be supers or missiles a gauntlet. Although Duck, it looks like, is going to check gauntlet regardless.
Mm. I guess we'll see what's at Gauntlet.
Yep.
He'll be rewarded if it's the first of supers or power bombs and another one doesn't show up, but
Yeah, but
we'll see what
otherwise, this
happens.
is. I mean, Duck will be getting a good amount of ammo from this. Maybe an E-tank or two as well from the back, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of this play. And it is supers, so yep, those supers put the bombs in logic. So yeah, like
Yeah, but now Duck is, well, he's going to pick up the two minor items on the way out, but
yep,
now Cutie is
and there's
probably
power bombs.
yeah, just like a minute and a minute and a half or something ahead, and that is not time you can give up.
Okay, and there's power bombs. So now Cutie knows that it's either bombs or power bomb or missiles or super missiles at Gauntlet. If Cutie is like understanding the logic.
And I would assume he would understand the logic
And
because you'd have to, like, if this is the mode that you picked at the beginning of the season, you want to practice it and know the ins and
so
outs.
Duck just skipped double missiles there on 5 missiles. That's a play. Duck is very hard committing to ammo here.
Yeah, that's ambitious, especially
Mm-hmm.
since, I mean, you
Or
went,
hard committing to charge, not ammo.
yeah, yeah. I mean, if you took the time to go to back of Gauntlet, why wouldn't you pick them up? Like, what are you hoping to get there? Like, just two supers or an E tank
And
or
Cutie is Cutie scared of not getting supers?
that is a possibility because there is no Chozo statue down
Yeah,
here.
this has been a strange way to play, but it does get rewarded with supers, so we'll see if there would have been supers available otherwise. I guess you only have a couple of checks, so maybe Cutie was getting a little scared there.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't check the power bomb at Edakun's, then this is fine.
I mean, yeah, I really wouldn't expect Cutie to do that. So Cutie is a little ahead of Duck on ammo, effectively one super ahead right now with 3 extra missile packs. But otherwise, pretty even right now. Like, despite their pretty different routes, like it's pretty rare to see two runners make this different of routes this early.
Yeah,
And Duck, yes, even skipping this minor. Yeah, Duck is just like really, really, really needs charge to show up like in a good place because not only does Duck need charge, I think the Duck needs charge before Ridley almost at this point. Like, I just don't see Duck getting Ridley ammo in a reasonable like time frame in the seed.
yeah, you're hoping for,
Oh, and
uh,
there's Varia suit.
yeah, you're hoping for 6 super missile packs along the route if you're if you're not going to find charge. But if Duck is hard committing to finding charge and it's something at like Shack Tool, I don't see how he comes back from that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like it's just gonna be like really tough. Oh, Cutie wants to farm another super. Good
And
thinking. This is a better place to farm than in Big Pink itself. So,
Duck needed to farm a super in order to get out. So and he's
mhm.
going to need one more to get
Yeah,
through
yeah.
the
Duck
green
probably
door.
should have tried to farm. Oh, but got the super anyway.
Always lucky.
And there's a wave beam, so any beam right now is a little better for Duck than for Cutie. Just because beams make charge a little better, and Duck's going to be getting charge at some point in the seed. Even if it's at Shack Tool, he's going to get it. Like,
Yeah, he's going to be,
just
if he's skipping a whole bunch of minor items, he is just beelining to every Chozo statue he can get to.
mhm. And Cutie's skipping that power bomb. I kind of like skipping that power bomb. It doesn't. Once you have 3 and Varia suit, it's not like the extra power bomb doesn't do too much for you. So
Right. Once you get Varia, then just Hell Runs are off the table. You don't need more than the 3 packs.
yeah, and it does look like Cutie's play of going to Edikuns really paid off there because there wasn't a super pack available. So that
That's right.
super that Duck got at Gauntlet was actually pretty big because of how like it forced Cutie to route. Interestingly, Cutie going up to top of Red Tower here, whereas Duck just continuing through. Generally, I kind of like going down right away if you have Varia and kind of going up if you don't. But we'll see if this is Gravity, then that's just an E-Tank, so that could be helpful if you have to do like a high jump with Lava Dive or something. It's good to have a little bit of extra E for something like that, but otherwise this is going to lose Cutie a good amount of time.
And Duck picking up Ice Beam, so things are going Duck's way in terms of ammo skips. And
I mean, that doesn't...
yeah,
I mean, Duck just needs charge. Like, I don't know that... Like, the other stuff is nice. Like, Ice is nice, but... It's all about charge. And what is Cutie... Oh, Cutie, I think... What... So
Cutie's
Cutie is
ammo hunting.
really committing to ammo. Like, this is very aggressive ammo hunting here. Does get rewarded with a super, so kind of worth, but I guess yeah, like you're going into Upper Norfair. You want to like be on 30 supers by the time you're going into Lower Norfair. Maybe you're thinking, I'm not sure I'm gonna have enough checks to get there in Upper Norfair right now, based on like how bad the supers have been. And once you think about that, then maybe you're like, well, then I need to do these other checks along the way to
Yeah, I
get
would.
up that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have hated for Cutie to actually go up to Wreck Ship and take out Fantuna if you were just going up in that direction anyway.
I don't like going to Phantoon here. I think it's pretty bad. It's like multiple minute time loss if it's not a boss you can kill, which right now, I
Oh,
mean, you
right.
can kill 3 of the 4 bosses, but you can't kill Ridley.
Commentator forgetting what the mode was. Easy.
So Cutie will be picking these items up. I think that it feels like the race will just come down to her charges. Like, oh,
Well then.
that's really good for Duck. Well, speaking of that,
Yeah, so
now,
Duck is rewarded
mhm.
for taking the gamble.
I mean, for the most part, like, if Cutie hadn't have done those, like, couple of out-of-the-way checks, although Edekun's, like, required. I think that Cutie and Duck would still be, like, pretty even if Cutie had just gone down instead of going up there. in spite of QT getting those extra checks. I think it's more like the QT route to go up to the top of Red Tower that's costing him here, rather than like picking up the extra ammo.
Right, right. I mean, Cutie's gonna feel bad when he gets to high jumping,
I
sees
don't think so.
charge. Oh,
I wouldn't feel bad. Like you've only got 3510. That's not like a crazy amount of ammo that you've like wasted a ton of time to pick up.
true, and he will like that's gonna be like enough ammo at least for like the mid game, and if he's feeling bad about it, he can like get any other supers that are on the route.
Mhm. Oh, looks like Duck's stream having some issues. Oh, both streams are having some issues. Can hear some of the sound effects. I hear Duck in, I think that's Cathedral.
Yeah, Duck's at Cathedral.
Okay. Okay. It looks like it's just the Speed Gaming Discord restream, so.
Oh, looks fine on my end. Good on my computer.
Oh. Hmm. Okay. Then it's just me.
Well, anyway, Duck is gonna take the it's gonna go up to speed booster.
Okay. Got it fixed. Yep. Duck going up to speed. Doing a little bit of farming. Don't hate it.
Yeah. On one super missile, yeah, that's fine. Hope it's not speed here. Nope, just
Oh, it's a super. That's
that's
pretty good for Duck, honestly. Like getting
yeah.
the 10th super. It'll also be pretty good for Cutie. And another super, yeah. So Cutie will be at 20 after that. Duck's at 15. I mean, those 5 extra supers from Cutie could save a good amount of time on the Ridley fight if we don't find like plasma or spacer even.
Yeah, just because we have charge doesn't like that's not the end all be all of it because we do have a Ridley fight ahead of us.
Hmm. Yeah, and with this beam combo, like ammo still saves time, like especially on Ridley. Saves a good amount of time on Ridley. And Duck getting his 15th missile. 15, 15, 20. I wouldn't be shocked if we like see Duck just stick with that ammo. Cutie picking up this power bomb might be thinking about like the Dragon Sula CF out, but I think that with grapple you don't have to worry about that too much. Otherwise, I'm not really sure. Maybe thinking about high jump with lava dive and wanting to have a crystal flash available if you mess that up.
Yep. But we know that he's gonna pick up high jump at wave, so won't have to worry
Hmm.
too much about that. Duck is taking a save question mark.
I'm not sure about this save. I like the save without high jump. With high jump, I like it a lot less. But yeah, you basically, at this point, you go down to Lore Warfare. You have bombs, so you can check GT, which you basically have to do to try to find gravity. And then you fight whatever boss is there. You can get out of Dragon if if it's there. Otherwise, you can beat any other boss. Like, I think that Ridley is still the toughest boss right now, even tougher than Dragon. But as long as you're like good at the grapple jump out.
high jumpless lava dive is absolutely possible. Just things can go wrong in this little maneuver here. But there it is.
Yeah. You have a lot of time though. With the Varia settings, Varia reduces your lava damage by like 75% instead of the 50% it would in vanilla. So you get like twice the time in the lava that you would in the vanilla game.
Duck is going to have 11.
Oh
What?
wow, this is crazy to me.
Why
How
would
do
you
you
come
not set
down
GT?
here? Yeah, like
Like,
you're coming down here. Why not?
uh, maybe Duck is trying to make a skip. Maybe Duck is thinking that he needs to save some time somewhere on Cutie.
I
But
mean, so far we've seen of the non-major Chozo items, we've seen both of the supers. We've seen, I think, two E tanks, maybe the reserve as well. So like, I'm not sure what misses are left.
I mean, there are misses. Like an E tank wouldn't be good. Like yeah, but like I don't know. This isn't go mode because of Boss Rando. Like if you knew the Dragon was vanilla, this you could just go on this because you can plan to Crystal Flash, get a like CF suit, and then change it to a blue suit, and then get out of Precious that way, like an RBO. But with not knowing the Dragon isn't there, you just can't rely on that. Like so, I guess I think that the things that save time at GT right now might be speed, gravity, and plasma. I think those would all be like time positive to go to GT for. Everything else I feel like is probably loses time. Maybe Space Jump would save time too.
So Duck went to look at PB's a shame and turned around when he saw it was missiles. He's got 89 energy, so he might be just looking for an E tank just for the refill at
Yeah,
this point.
yeah. I think that he was looking for either an E tank or supers there. If I had to guess, like both. I think he would take both.
Did Duck save before the trip down here? I mean, he saved at Lava Dive, but did he save on the
Oh,
next save?
Cutie got it last try
Oh,
on that Green Gate
nice.
glitch. Oh man, I thought we were gonna have a double GT skip here. Okay, let's see what's at.
All right, let's see if the skip pays off.
Yeah, you want to destroy all those blocks, but not these ones. Oh, and it's
Oh
gravity. That's
no! I hate to
yeah,
say it, but like that might be the game right there.
yeah. I think that there's just nothing Duck can do at this point.
And,
That's
and
that's it.
Duck has been extra super punished because Dragon is down here.
Best case scenario for Duck is Spring Ball is here, and then Duck does Suitless, but that's not gonna be enough. Like, it's gonna be too small.
Yeah, so not only does Duck have to do this fight, but it's only 3 tanks. You're gonna have to like you have to survive the fight, and if you're gonna do the grapple escape, you're gonna take damage during that escape.
Yeah, it's not too bad because you take only a quarter damage because you have Varia Suit, so this only does like 40 damage or something to you, and then you've got a lot of time to get the grapple escape. So it's not like difficult. It's just Gravity's gonna save Cutie so much time, like everywhere.
Yeah, that's like just Meridia is just gonna just yeah, it's gravity suit.
And there is Spring Ball,
Okay.
so Duck can now do full suitless. I think best case scenario for Duck now is that Space Jump is at the boss at Kraid, whether that's Ridley or Kraid, so that Duck will have like a better way through Coliseum.
This has been a crazy race so far. We're only one boss in.
Yeah.
All right, so probably Cutie's gonna get a lead at this point because his
I think that
Dragon fight's gonna be way easier than
yeah. So
Duck's was.
Cutie's going to like look behind until Meridia, and then Cutie's going to pull ahead in Meridia. That's just like how this is going to go because Duck's Meridia is just going to be so much slower, needing to do all the suit with stuff. If I had to guess, I think that Cutie is probably like 2.5 minutes behind right now positionally. Maybe a little less, but around there. And Cutie also farming, so maybe more than I thought.
He has to prepare for a Ridley fight.
Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, you could just go in on Ridley fight. You do have charge with this beam combo. Oh, and Cutie planning to do X Factors if it's Ridley. But we'll get Dragon instead.
Cutie might just do X Factors anyway.
Yeah, I think that's not crazy. Look like those all hit. So that's like 1,200 damage. The equivalent of 4 supers. Although Cutie, you probably want a grapple kill instead of using all of your ammo.
You do need an amount of ammo to get out.
Someone asking in chat where Gravity was. Gravity is at GT.
Which Apathy Duck did not check. Just didn't even try. That was a skip, and that's gonna be a punishing skip. All right, that's Dragon down for a real Cutie, and
No, you should pick that up, Cutie.
turns down Spring Ball. What a statement.
Yeah, that makes me sad. There's so many cool things that you can do with Spring Ball. Just like, especially when you don't have Space Jump. It can like, there are rooms where it can like just conserve your momentum really well.
And also, you can get out of
Yeah,
the room before
I actually
yeah.
really, I guess it's okay. No, so you're not gonna be going to kill Botwoon because you killed Dragon, so you can go around. But on the way back, you're gonna want to go through the Botwoon hallway, or not the Botwoon hallway, but the Botwoon E-Tank room, and you're gonna have to go through that bomb maze. The like one to get the E-Tank, and you want Spring Ball for that. Like I think it's actually legitimately wrong to skip Spring Ball here.
I just like Spring Ball.
Yeah. Also that. Like look at Cutie having to bomb jump there.
This is a
Duck
heads up.
taking
Yeah.
energy refill in case this is Ridley. Ridley is still a little scary. It's not like terrible, but you don't have the full 30 supers. And you're taking like effectively double damage from Ridley because you don't have both suits, and it is Ridley, so. So I think that Duck, like I was saying before, Duck really wants to see Space Jump here. That's the ideal item. doing nice screw attack manipulation of Ridley.
Lack of plasma just really hurts this fight, but it is possible to finish up.
Mm-hmm. And Cutie won't actually be saving much time on Duck here, because even though Cutie has 30 supers, Cutie wasted a ton of their supers on Dragon, so it won't be going in full.
That's a Ridley down.
And just a missile there.
I
So
think
now
that's
I
our
fully expect
first,
Duck to just go straight into Suas Meridia.
and that's our first logical missile, right?
I believe so, yeah. I think that we found both of the supers, but
Mhm.
that's the first missile. So Cutie heading into Kraid now, high-fiving with Apathy Duck.
Yep, they're the power bombs. So here's the suitless dip.
Yep.
This looks good.
Nice. Getting that quick entry is really nice. Just saves a good amount of time in the suitless.
And it's especially important because you don't get another shot at it because you've already broken the glass.
Mm-hmm. Duck freezing that fish a little early. You can use grapple to unfreeze this fish if you do that. Grapple does not hurt the fish. It does kill the crabs, though. It will just unfreeze the fish. Oh, Duck. Oh, no. So now Duck has Spring Ball. This is fine for Duck, but it will lose a good amount of time just not getting this first try.
I did not know about the grapple not killing the fish. That's good knowledge.
Yep. It just unfreezes it. Another super there. Definitely not going to be getting that for Duck. Cutie shouldn't get that either. Although Cutie will be going a different way than Duck. Cutie won't be going to fight Bot Wound. Cutie will be going around instead. Yeah, as much I think I understand why Duck made the play that he did, but it kind of like I don't know. I'm a big proponent of just like playing how you think is best generally, instead of like trying to play to your opponent as much to some extent. Like Duck, I don't think the Duck generally makes that play against most people. I think the Duck made that play specifically because he knew he was playing against Cutie. But if Duck hadn't have made that play, I think the Duck's in the lead. So, it like, I don't know, like it. Sometimes what you expect, like that you need to make some plays, isn't necessarily the case. Like,
Sometimes you're just playing a little bit too much, like you're just thinking about
yeah,
it. Yeah.
and just playing how you want to play, like how you think is best, is better a lot of the time.
All right. So Duck is making his way into Botwoon. A real cutie is going to take the pathway that is normally blocked by the by Dragon's by the Dragon boss fight. Now it's going to be open, and he can just easily get to the Meridia boss room and fight whoever's there.
Yep. Yeah, and I think Cutie is like just positionally ahead now too. Like in addition to being ahead on having gravity, Cutie's going to be into the halfy room first.
And it's not helping that Botwoon is not cooperating with Apathy.
Yeah. Yeah, coming into the fight without 10 supers is a little annoying. Not to say that there was like a good spot for Duck to potentially farm supers along the way, because I think that there isn't a great spot really. Maybe you could like refarm mini crave, but I think at that point it might just be slower than doing that kind of a fight.
This is Fantoon? No, it's great.
Nope, great. I imagine we still see both of these runners check behind Kraid.
Hoping for Plasma or Speed.
Yeah, or Space Jump for Duck. I think Spazer too would be okay. There's Plasma, so that's good.
Full beam. We love full beam. There's no more majors before what we know is Fantoon at Wreck Ship, so no chance for a X-ray to get a microwave beam, right?
Yeah, not unless they did something like went to Plasma to try to find it, but that would be pretty silly.
Yeah, I doubt our runners do that here.
I mean, you could go back down to Croc, check that, but
Eek. Great, got the hand up.
yep, Kraid with the block. And I think... So probably be like a 49 maybe for Cutie.
So all in all, a pretty quick seed, all things considered.
Yeah. I mean, these Chozo seeds tend to be pretty fast. So 49 isn't like isn't actually that crazy for a Chozo seed. Like I've seen seeds that are like 44s, 43s kind of. But still a reasonably fast seed.
Duck was trying to freeze the mocked droid a little bit more to the left and just didn't get in the right position.
This might be a 50 for Cutie instead. I think it's a little slower than I was thinking. Duck getting kind of harassed by those mock droids. Now for Duck, I imagine just go out, do Phantoon. You could, well, you have Ice Charge, Wave, Plasma, so you don't need to do X Factors on Phantoon. You just get a free 2-round anyway.
And that is in fact a 2-round for
Mhm.
Real Cutie, having full beam combo, even without the X-ray, that's still a ton of damage.
Yep, 900 damage. As long as you get 2-2 and then 2-1 plus charge shot, then that's enough. So yeah, I'm sure that QD wouldn't have been able to 2-round without that charge Ice Wave Plasma. I I just don't think that he has the skills to do that. But interesting, Duck choosing to do the spring ball jump out here. I think that's a little slower than the wall jumps if you get them fast, but maybe more consistent for Duck.
Doesn't even want to run into the into the missiles in the moat.
Yeah, you really don't want those. That's just like a straight up 6-second time loss if you get those.
And then you spend amount of time going around it, so like really just net like 3 seconds.
Yeah, probably a little more than 3, but
I mean, we're just spitballing here. This
Duck
is all
trying
estimates.
to springboard jump this. Nice. Can also just wall jump that one, but
Now this is vanilla map, so there is no free Torian refill, but we have ice, so it doesn't really matter.
yeah. Yeah, you got ice, you got full beam combo of charge, so like you just need enough supers to kill Mother Brain 1. You don't need to worry about Mother Brain 2 at all. And Cutie does need a little bit more ammo than this, but even like missiles help with that, so Cutie should be fine.
Yeah, if the Metroid drops don't get there, then the missile refill after the baby will round it out.
Yep. Yeah, this is already plenty, so Cutie will be fine. I think Duck's going to end up about a little over 3, maybe 3 to 4 minutes behind Cutie.
Which, all things considered, having to do Suitless Meridia and just being just a few minutes behind is not like that's something.
Yeah. Like, you do get to do the Suitless Meridia, like, very on route. You don't, like, go out of your way at all for it, but yeah, and QD not getting the baby skip here. I didn't even see if QD attempted it, but
Yeah, the Obviously, the baby skip is just a good trick, and it's still difficult even when you have all the items needed for it. But even without speed, it's like just I don't even know if you can do it. I'm sure there
Yeah,
are experts. Yeah,
it's not too bad without speed, like compared to the speed one. But like the first couple of jumps are pretty different, so you need to like get used to that. Once you get past the first couple of jumps, then it's basically like the same after that. But
and QD does play Rando, but has just a really, really good any percent time. So I would imagine the any percent route just has those items anyway. Doesn't really like there's no route that you would just not have speed for.
yeah, generally,
Yeah, you would have to like go out of your way to practice
yeah,
the
it would be like low ice, but then you wouldn't have high jump either. Duck also avoiding those missiles, a little bit more costly without gravity, but still not too bad. And
not a
Cutie is
yeah.
through Mother Brain too, so that should basically do it for this. Nothing really should be able to go wrong from here for Cutie. So
Yep, and not enough E tanks to do stand up glitch, so just gonna damage down and do the cutscene normally.
hmm. Also, once Duck gets to Mother Brain 2, this is not a free fight for Duck. Basically taking double damage from all of Mother Brain's attacks compared to if you have gravity, and still needs to stay above 300 energy, so...
Yeah, that is gonna be a dicey fight. Duck is also gingerly hopping across Metroid's one. Um, I guess energy is a little bit of a concern.
Yeah, if you're going for Baby Skip, then energy is a concern. If you're not going for Baby Skip, then you're not worried about it. Also, probably actually more concerned about supers.
Ah, true.
You need at least 9 to not have to do any refills. Doesn't get any there, so just resets the room.
And it's if you don't kill all of them, then you can reset the room. But if you do kill all of them, then you can't.
It was a little dangerous there for Duck, but got the ammo needed. Can't miss a super. Maybe we'll missile the first door and then refill. Just so that you have one super of leeway, but...
All right, QD's in the escape. Has to take the long way around. We did not find speed booster. And good for GG's in chat for Real Cutie, who finishes the race at 49.32. Apathy Duck then immediately forfeits.
Yep, GG to Cutie.
And
We'll see if we can get these two in for an interview. Looks like we are joined by Apathy Duck. GG Apathy Duck. Oh, never mind.
Just kidding. He might be waiting on Cutie to come in at the same time, I guess.
Yep. And we are joined by both a Real Cutie and Apathy Duck. GG, you two.
GG's to for Cutie.
I hate screw attack start in this mode when you don't have ammo, because the
Yeah.
gauntlet 50-50 is like...
I mean, I agree with skipping
Just
gauntlet.
doing
Like,
gauntlet
generally,
there? Yeah,
no, I don't think so. Yeah, like...
I've lost races to doing gauntlet there, and I've won races to doing gauntlet there.
The problem is Varia tries to screw you. It will go like I'm purposely not putting a super anywhere.
Yeah,
So,
Chozo, I've found that a little less common, but it does happen sometimes. So, like...
It definitely, I literally had, like, the reason I did is I did a practice seat where it was like you were forced to go up there, and that was still going to be the only super, and there's not many places for it to be, so... Like, I'm mad that the game was like, I'll bail you out by putting it at... Because the game will literally go like, nah, I'm just going to screw it and force it to behind the first super, so... Especially when it's that late, it usually does that, so it's actually weird that there was one down there.
I mean, there are 6 spots, like, on the way, generally. I don't know. I found that, like, especially with supers, it's really rare that, like, this comes up where it doesn't give you a super.
I think
I've seen it more
feels
with
more
power
common.
bombs.
Yeah.
Power bombs, I've seen it happen a lot more often, but supers, it's... I don't know. I haven't...
I don't know.
I
The
think...
problem is you get hard lock to the super. We're going to argue about this the entire time.
No, I think the big reason why I should have done it is because I had bombs to go out the back.
Yeah, that makes it more likely to do it. Like, I think it makes it a little better.
Yeah, I think
But, like, it could be a missile there, too. Like, it doesn't
exactly,
have to be a
that's
super.
what I was like. It's like, could be a missile
And it
there.
could also
It's
be
just like,
speed or charge or something.
No, it
that speeds
couldn't.
the whole feed.
It had to be a missile, a super...
Had to be
power
ammo.
bomb.
Oh, yeah, it has to be a missile at that point, right? But, like...
It had to be ammo at that point, yeah.
I mean, it could be a
Which is kind
power
of what I
bomb,
like
and
about
then
Chozo.
charge
Is you can,
could
like,
be...
Yeah.
you can, like,
missile or
figure that
super,
stuff
but-
out with Chozo. That's what I like about it. You can kind of figure that stuff out with the Chozo statues and the ammo
that's
and
the
stuff.
reason that I like skipping gauntlet there, because you, like, know it's one of those items, and, like...
Yeah. And then
there's,
you
like, a
only
good chance it's just a missile, because you got bombs at Bomb Torizo.
This
Like-
is going to be... The downside risk is so huge, though, because you'd have to go all the way down to the door, and you have to come
I just
all
think
the way
that
back. Like,
worth taking that risk because, like, of how unlikely I feel like it is that it actually does screw you, and, like, how much slower I feel like it is to go through gauntlet when you, like, know there's gonna be that, basically. So
It's one of those weird ones. I don't know.
and especially
would
once you
like-
get bombs,
I would like when you get bombs. I think I should have done it just straight up. But I just, like, kind of blanked. I've been used to, like, racing Eddie, and in that situation, I'm pretty sure Eddie would never do gauntlet. So I'm just like, well, I gotta skip gauntlet because it, you know.
yeah, it's so, like, it's so bizarre that it bailed you out in, like, because it definitely seemed like it was generating the, like, okay, I'm not going to put a super there, and then it was just like, okay, there's one at
4 power bombs in reserve area. What, like?
Yeah, that was funny.
I was getting a little. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. The number of seeds I didn't find a power bomb through all of Upper Norfair. And then just to have, like, 4 of them right there, it's like, come on.
I mean, my plan going into the, like, you know, I said this is the execution battle, so, like putting, like, it makes sense on my team to put me on this, like, and because, like, against, like, the lower, like, seeded teams, like, you know, it's good to have me here, and but, like, you know, against the Cuties or the Zosts or the Kip or whatever, you know, whoever the top players are, like, I'm now the sacrificial lamb. But, like, the flip side of this is, like, I mean, what, our PBs are 3 minutes apart, 4 minutes apart, something like that, you know, somewhere around there. So it's like, I know how much time I need to save, right? So, like, the plan was like, okay, like, skip red tower, skip screw attack, you know, especially if it gives me Varia and does this, and then play for charge and hope charge.
I mean, yeah,
and, like,
I don't really
4 minutes.
I don't really feel like you can compare any % movement to randomizer
I lose
movement.
so much time to, like, Zeb on movement when we race these things because I just don't play nearly as much rando.
Yeah, sure. You're still better than me, is my point.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm saying, like,
I
this
get that.
ballpark is like 4 minutes, right? Especially if we get, like, high jump and speed. So, like, I know it's not like like I was saying, if this was full area or something, right, I just play you straight up and like, okay, whoever goes the right way is going to win. But here it's like I know I have to save time, right? So it's like those are my skips, and it was, like I was joking, like, I was lucky that everything was falling to my path, and then it's sort of like then it was luck back on Q's way, but that exactly was gravity at screw attack. So
yeah, I mean, there were a couple of other like gravity could have been at the top of Red Tower too. That didn't like QD out.
Those are the two places.
But
anywhere like and like because I was about to hit the save right here because I knew like based on the seed it was like okay, if Grav's in one of those two places, that like I know how good QD is. It's like he's going to finish around 50 minutes. So like I was either like because I was going to save here because I was like he's either going to be done soon. Like I'm probably not 30 seconds behind at this point. I'm either like minutes ahead or minutes behind. So we're like the two where because I think like if the one thing like that I could possibly argue that I'm better at QD at is suitless. So like either he chases me through that. I didn't have a great suitless.
I ended up picking up spring ball obviously because I had gravity, but yeah,
that was my go.
I thought you should have picked it up anyway, but
I debated it afterwards. After I like bombed up instead of spring balling out of key under stairs, I'm just like maybe I should have picked it up. I already went through the
you're never getting 7 seconds back from that thing.
No, I think you are because you're going back through Botwoon E-Tank too. Like you're not going there, but you're going back, so you have to like. And you can, I don't know, there are enough momentum conservation strats.
Most of the time's already wasted checking it in the first place.
Springwall's the one that it's just like, that one's you're really not making back. But...
Yeah, I mean, the number of times I've entered Lower Norfair without gravity to find Dragon down there is like, it's kind of, like, it's a 1 in 4. It shouldn't happen this often, but it does. I even ended up practicing fighting Dragon with a flash suit, just in case.
Yeah, that's always the in the back pocket type of thing. This one was just how little. How many E-Tanks did you have?
I had 4 in a reserve.
Yeah.
I should have one at the top of Red Tower that you didn't get duck. I'm not sure. I don't remember where the reserve was.
The reserve was charge missile, and I was like, I don't need that. Whatever.
Oh, yep.
And then I was getting to the point where like I was starting to do like high jump with lava dive. I'm like, man, I really wish I had that reserve.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other nice thing about a reserve actually is you can use it to more easily set up Crystal Flash on Dragon because taking 80 damage with Varia there, like it's really hard to put yourself in that like threshold, especially if you're trying to like do the fight a little bit and like you're getting health drops that kind of like on accident even like that kind of just like throws off your like health range that you need to be at to be able to damage down. So you can just like have 100 in your reserve, take a hit, and then you're at 100, you take another hit, you're at 20.
Yeah, it's a little less like relevant when you have grapple that early. Because then you're not like worried about the CF clip generally, or like the CF suit. Yeah. But yeah, generally I do like picking up reserve for that case.
Yeah, I mean again against anyone else I'd pick because first reserve is so valuable for the Ridley fight. But did you go straight into Kraid? Did you skip Kraid right away?
Oh no, yeah. If I don't have Ridley ammo, I'm not checking that boss. There's no point.
That was another place I was going to pick up time on you.
Yeah, I mean, you were pretty far ahead. In Lower Norfair, I feel like if you had picked up Gravity, I think you were enough ahead that you were probably going to win Duck. But
yeah, probably. But like you don't like.
Yeah, you don't know that, but like yeah.
I ended up
especially with like Charge was like. If I'm playing for Charge, right, I want Charge to be like, as late as possible, right?
Well, to an extent, but you also want to pick it up before Ridley, probably, if you're playing for Charge. There's kind of like a...
Sure, but I'm just saying, like, the longer he plays without, if he's playing... Because, like, normally, like, mostly I would play for ammo. I just think that's like the better thing to do, but again, like I gotta take risks here. So like the lighter charges, the more he's gonna be picking up ammo, right? And that's 7 seconds plus every single time. So like that can be my 4 minutes just there. So like the fact that it was kind of early, like I didn't think like I mean, if I went to Spirit would have been interesting. I kind of thought about it because I had a high jump, so it would be fast-ish, but I was just like, I'm gonna make 2 skips, and those are the 2 skips. So whatever happens.
Yeah, I feel like I just I don't know. My execution was a little weird in this one. I had high jump, which was nice, but it actually kind of blows my mind how fast being able to do Lower Norfair as soon as you enter Norfair and then do Bold Mountain on the way out is in comparison to having to do Bold Mountain first. It's like actually kind of crazy because especially on the way out you have like more information to potentially like skip like a speed booster check and stuff. Like it's like kind of crazy.
Did you do it on the way out?
I did it on the way in. I had high jump.
Without without high jump or gravity, I think that doing it on the way in is right. But
same with ice. I think if I had gravity, I would have skipped ice check and checked it on the way out if I didn't have a Zeb skip yet. But
yeah, I mean the other thing I could have checked the other way I could have played this is I could have checked screw and then checked those two on the way out. But like that's 2 versus 1, and I thought this was a stronger play. But like.
Yeah, it's so weird.
I'm kind of curious if how much time screw attack is compared to ice. Which one's slower?
Yeah, Eddie and I were actually talking about this earlier. I think. No, we were talking about speed booster, and we think if you don't have charge, like straight up, if you don't have charge speed booster, possibly because you get the minor with it. It depends on your item to get out. I really dislike checking screw attack with bombs to get out because it
does take a while.
Really
like if you have space jump, obviously it's pretty fast, but like with bombs, it is a good amount slower. I'm just curious if it's like enough slower that it becomes slower than ice, or if it's like still faster than ice. I guess it depends. Like you have to get the green gate glitch, which, as you showed, Cutie, it's not free. So.
Last 18 tries or something. It was I was sweating.
Comes down to that, but yeah, I mean this was like my team knew that. Like, I mean, I bailed out my team last round, so they owe me now. But like. Yeah, we knew this was like the free roll, so I talked to them. Like, I wouldn't do this. I'm like, I'm sending it. Like, that's the plan here. So
yeah, I think that's not a bad strategy. But I also don't think it's necessarily a bad strategy to play expecting me to make mistakes because I definitely still make quite a few mistakes.
Yeah, sure, but I don't know. Like, I feel like I got to skip something, and like I said, I got it down to like 2 skips basically. So
yeah, because
what are you gonna do?
I think people after playing more Chozo, the first Chozo match I played this season, the first playoff.
You did it wrong.
Well, I did it wrong, but I was
first
also like, wow, I didn't really like the mode, but then the more I played it, I really like it because instead of it being a bunch of macro decisions, it's a lot more micro decisions, and like in just racing like Zeb and Eddie and stuff, the like 30 seconds, 40 seconds they'll save on me everywhere just from like better micro decisions is like pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also actually liked your decision to go down duck, not even as like a skip. Like, I just like going down red tower when you have Varia like that, especially when you've got grapple.
Tell Azzer that, because I did that in my first match and he didn't like it.
I like going up when you don't have Varia.
Interesting.
I like going up to the top of red tower.
Even I mean, I guess it's pretty rare that gravity is there, but like
it's like, only bad if it's gravity, basically. Like if it's charge, it's kind of bad too.
But even if it's charged, it kind of depends on your ammo. I honestly don't even like early charge that much unless you like get early charge with a beam, because it feels really bad to be like, my beam sucks, I should pick up ammo. But like, what if the boss items, which you're going to check with a bad beam, end up being good beam, which is what happened to me here. I was picking up ammo because I had a bad beam, and then I just happen into plasma behind crate, and it's just like such a waste of time.
I think I like getting up to 30 supers basically.
I agree.
Like, for the Ridley.
I think 30 is a good.
And then you can like stop. Like unless you're like getting way in the game and you're like, well, I'm probably not getting a beam, then you can start picking up supers again.
Yeah,
but like,
is also not that bad. Like,
I feel like early charge is like the biggest. Early charge without a good beam is like the biggest way to possibly waste time if you're trying to like play optimally and like manage getting ammo with getting beams and stuff. Because you could just make bad decisions or just like, you know, have some unlucky checks or something. But no, this mode's
I
really
guess
cool.
We should probably like move on with this because I think that you guys have a double header.
Yeah.
So no, don't worry. I kind of got into it too. So any last thoughts on the seed quick before we wrap this up?
No, I mean, like we were saying, it was just like it's a straightforward mode. Like Kitty said, what Kitty says, right? It's micro decisions, but like I feel like at least
The
make
one thing I
skip.
didn't want from this seed was early screw attack, and I just don't like them. I'd give me early speed booster. Let me do like power bombless and bombless spore spawn check. Let me get X-ray and do explosiveless charge check with X-ray blue suit turnaround. Like, let me do that. I'll do that any day. But I hate early screw attack.
Yeah, I get that. Okay, then with that, I think that we'll call it here. Thank you both for running. It was a fun race to watch. Thank you to Crazed Gamer for coming with me. Thanks to Jestrozooks for tracking. Make sure to follow the runners. You can follow the commentators as well if you would like. I've been Zeb316. I've been joined by Crazed Gamer. And we will see you guys next match.